It must be nearly finished. Grade upon grain. One by one. And then one day, there's a heap. A little heap. The impossible. Cannot be punished anymore. I go now to my kitchen, 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet, and wait for him to whistle me. Nice dimensions, nice proportions. Lean on my table, look at the wall, and wait for him to whistle.
Me to play. Can there be misery loftier than mine? Formerly, no doubt. But now, my father, my mother, my dog. Oh, I am willing to believe they suffer as much as such creatures can suffer. But does that mean that their sufferings equal mine? No doubt. No. All is absolute. The bigger a man is, the fuller he is. And the emptier. Clov? No? Alone? What dreams? Those forests. Enough. It's time it ended. In the shelter, too. And yet I hesitate. I hesitate to end. Yes, there it is. It's time it ended, and yet I hesitate to end. God, I'm tired. I'd be better off in bed. You pollute the air. Get me ready, I'm going to bed.
I just got you up.
And what of it?
I'll be getting you up and putting you to bed every 5 minutes. I have things to do.
Did you ever see my eyes?
No.
Did you never have the curiosity while I was sleeping to take off my glasses and look at my eyes?
Pulling back the lids? No.
One of these days I'll show them to you. It seems they've gone all white. What time is it?
Same as usual.
Have you looked?
Yes.
Well?
0.
It'd need to rain.
It won't rain.
Apart from that, how do you feel?
I don't complain.
You feel normal?
I'm telling you, I don't complain.
I feel a little strange. Clov,
Yes?
have you not had enough
Yes! Of what?
of this thing?
I always had. Not you?
There's no reason for it to change.
It may end. All life long. The same questions, the same answers.
Get me ready. Now, go and get the sheet. Clov,
Yes,
I'll give you nothing more to eat.
then we'll die.
Well, I'll give you just enough to keep you from dying. You'll be hungry all the time.
Then we won't die. I'll go and get the sheep.
No. I'll give you 1 biscuit per day. 1.5. Why do you stay with me?
Why do you keep me?
There's no one else.
There's nowhere else.
You're leaving me all the same.
Trying.
You don't love me.
No.
You loved me once.
Once.
I've made you suffer too much, haven't I?
It's not that.
I haven't made you suffer too much?
Yes!
Ah. You gave me a fright. Forgive me. I said forgive me.
I heard you. Have you bled?
Less. Isn't that time for my painkiller?
No.
How are your eyes?
Bad.
How are your legs?
Bad.
But you can move.
Eh.
Then move! Where are you?
Here.
Come back. Where are you?
Here.
Why don't you kill me?
I don't know the combination to the cupboard.
Go and get 2 bicycle wheels.
There are no more bicycle wheels.
What have you done with your bicycle?
I never had a bicycle.
Thing is impossible.
When there were still bicycles, I wept to have one. I crawled at your feet. You told me to go to hell. Now there are none.
And your rounds, when you inspected my paupers, always on foot?
Sometimes on horse. I'll leave you. I have things to do.
In your kitchen?
Yes.
Outside of here, it's death? All right, be off. We're getting on.
Me pap!
A cursed progenitor!
Me pap!
The old folks at home. No decency left. Guzzle, guzzle. That's all they think of. What? I thought you were leaving me.
Not just yet. Not just yet.
Me pap!
Give him his pap.
There's no more pap.
Did you hear that? There's no more pap. You'll never get any more pap.
I want me pap!
Give him a biscuit. Accursed fornicator. Hey, how are your stumps?
Never mind me stumps.
Back again with the biscuit.
What is it?
Sprat's medium.
It's hard.
Bottleheads!
With age but new.
Sit on it.
Can't sit.
Ah, true. And I can't stand.
So it is.
Every man his specialty. No phone calls? Don't we laugh?
I don't feel like it.
No lie. Clov,
Yes,
nature has forgotten us.
there's no more nature.
No more nature, you exaggerate.
In the vicinity,
But we breathe, we change. We lose our hair, our teeth, our bloom, our ideals.
that she hasn't forgotten us.
But you say there is none.
No one that ever lived ever thought so crooked as we.
We do what we can.
We shouldn't.
You're a bit of all right, aren't you?
Smithery.
This is slow work. Is that time for my painkiller?
No, I'll leave you. I have things to do.
In your kitchen?
Yes,
What? I'd like to know.
look at the wall.
The wall? And what do you see on your wall? Mayonnaise? Naked bodies?
See my light dying.
Your light dying? Well, listen to that. Hey, it can die just as well here, your light, huh? Take a look at me, and then come back and tell me what you think of your light.
You shouldn't speak to me like that.
Forgive me. I said forgive me.
I heard you.
Did your seeds come up?
No,
Did you scratch around them to see if they had sprouted?
they haven't sprouted.
Perhaps it's too early.
They were going to sprout. They would have sprouted. They'll never sprout.
This is not much fun. But that's always the way at the end of the day, isn't it, Clov?
Always.
It's the end of the day like any other day, isn't it, Clov?
Looks like it.
What's happening? What's happening?
Something is taking its course.
All right, be off.
Ah!
I thought I told you to be off.
I'm trying. Ever since I was whelped,
You're getting on.
What is it, my pet? Time for love?
Were you asleep?
Oh no,
Kiss me.
we can't.
Try.
Why this farce, day after day?
I lost me tooth.
When?
I had it yesterday.
Yesterday.
Can you see me?
Hardly. And you?
What?
Can you see me?
Hardly.
So much the better. So much the better.
Oh, don't say that. Our sight has failed.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and you?
Yes, our hearing hasn't failed.
Our what?
Our hearing.
No. Have you anything else to say to me?
Do you remember
No!
when we crashed our tandem and lost our shanks?
It was in the audience!
On the road to Sudan. Are you cold?
Paris, and you?
I'm freezing. Do you want to go in?
Yes.
Well, then go in. Why don't you go in?
I don't know.
Has he changed your sawdust?
It isn't sawdust. Can you not be a little accurate, Nag?
Just sand then. It's not important.
It is important.
Sawdust once.
Once.
Now it's sand. From the shore. Now it's sand he fetches from the shore.
Now it's sand.
Has he changed yours?
No.
Oh, mine. I won't have it. bit.
No. Of what?
Biscuit. Kept you half. 3/4 for you, yeah. No? Do you not feel well?
Quiet. Quiet. You're keeping me awake. Talk softer. If I could sleep, I might make love. I'd go into the woods. My eyes would see the earth, the sky. I'd run and run. They wouldn't catch me. Nature. There's something dripping in my head. A heart. A heart in my head.
Do you hear him? A heart in his head.
One mustn't laugh at those things, Dad. Why must you always laugh at them?
Not so loud.
Nothing is funnier than unhappiness.
Oh.
I grant you that.
Oh.
Yes, it's the most comical thing in the world. And we laugh with the will in the beginning. It's always the same thing. It's like the funny story we've heard too often. We still find it funny. But we don't laugh anymore. Have you anything else to say to me?
Nope.
Then I'll leave you.
You don't want your biscuit? I'll keep it for you. I thought you were going to leave me.
I am going to leave you.
Well, will you give me a scratch before you go?
No. Where?
In the back.
Where? No. Rub yourself on the rim.
It's lower down, in the hollow.
What? Hollow.
Hollow. Could you not? Yesterday you scratched me there.
Yesterday.
Could you not? Would you like me to scratch you? Are you crying again?
I'm trying.
Perhaps it's a little vague.
What was that he said?
Perhaps it's a little vain.
What does that mean? That means nothing. Shall I tell you the story of the tailor?
No. What for?
To cheer you up.
It's not funny.
It always made you laugh. First time I thought you'd die.
It was at Lake Como, one April afternoon. Can you believe it?
What?
That we once went out rowing on Lake Como one April afternoon.
We got engaged the day before.
Engaged?
You were in such fits that we capsized. My rights, we should have been drowned.
It was because I felt happy.
It was not, it was my story and nothing else. Happy. Don't you laugh at it still? Every time I tell it. Happy.
It was so deep. See clear down to the bottom. So clear. So white.
Let me tell it again. An Englishman needing a pair of striped trousers in a hurry for the New Year festivities goes to his tailor, who takes his measurements. That's the lot. Come back in 4 days. I'll have it ready. Good 4 days later. So sorry, come back in a week. I've made a mess of the seat. Good. It's all right. A neat seat can be very ticklish. Week later. Frightfully sorry, come back in 10 days. I've made a hash of the crotch. Can't be helped. Snug crotch is always a teaser. 10 days later, dreadfully sorry, come back in a fortnight, I've made a balls of the fly. Good. And a pinch of smart fly is a stiff proposition. I never told it worse. I tell this story worse and worse. Well, to make it short, the bluebells are blowing and he bollocks the buttonholes. God damn you, Nelson! No, it's indecent. There are limits. In 6 days, do you hear me? 6 days, God made the world. Yes, sir, no less, sir, the world. And you are not bloody well capable of making me a pair of trousers in 3 months? My dear sir, look at the world. And look at my trousers.
Silence!
It's see clear down to the mine.
Have you not finished? Will you never finish? Will this never finish? My kingdom for a night, man. Clear away this muck. Chuck it into the sea.
So white.
What? What's she blathering about?
Desert.
She has no pulse.
What was she dribbling about?
She told me to go away into the desert.
Damn busybody. Is that all?
No,
What else?
I didn't understand.
Have you bottled her?
Yes.
Are they both bottled?
Yes.
Screw down the lids. Time enough. My anger subsides. Oh, I'd like to pee.
I'll go get the catheter.
Time enough. Give me my painkiller.
It's too soon. It's too soon on top of your tonic. It wouldn't act.
In the morning they brace you up, and in the evening they calm you down. Unless it's the other way around. That old doctor, he's dead naturally,
He wasn't old.
but he's dead.
Naturally. You asked me that.
Take me for a little turn. Huh? Not so fast. Right round the world. Hug the wall, then back to the center again. Huh? I was in the center, wasn't I?
Yes.
We need a proper wheelchair. One with big wheels, bicycle wheels. Are you hugging?
Yes.
It's a lie. Why do you lie to me?
There.
Hey, stop! Oh. Old wall. Beyond is the other hell. Closer, up against.
Where?
Look.
There.
Oh. Do you hear? Do you hear? Hollow bricks. All that's hollow. That's enough. Back.
We haven't done the round.
Back to my place. Oh. Is that my place?
Yes, that's your place.
I'm right in the center?
I'll measure.
No, more or less.
There.
I'm more or less in the center.
Looks like it.
Oh. Yeah. You'd say so.
I'll go get the tape.
No, roughly. Bang! Right in the center, right there.
There.
Okay. to the left. Now I feel a little too far to the right. Now I feel a little too far forward. Now I feel a little too far back. Don't stay there. You give me the shivers.
I could kill him, I'd die happy.
What's the weather like?
As usual.
Look at the earth.
I've looked.
With the glass?
No need of the glass.
Look at it with the glass!
I'll go and get the glass.
No need of the glass.
Back again with the glass.
Oh.
I need the steps.
Why? Have you shrunk? I don't like that. I don't like that.
I need the glass.
But you have the glass!
But I haven't the glass.
This is deadly.
Things are livening up. I did it on purpose. I see a multitude of transports of joy. That's what I call a magnifier. Well, don't we laugh?
I don't.
Nor I. Let's see. 0, 0, and 0.
Nothing stirs. All is...
0.
Wait till you're spoken to! All is... All is what? All is what?
What all is, in a word. Is that what you want to know? Just a moment. Corpsed. Well, content.
Look at the sea.
I've looked.
Look at the ocean.
I've never seen anything like that.
What? A sail? A fin? Smoke?
The light sunk.
We all knew that.
There was a bit left.
The base.
Yes.
And now?
Gone.
No gulls?
Gulls?
What about in the horizon? Nothing on the horizon?
What in God's name could be on the horizon?
The waves. How are the waves?
The waves? Lead.
And the sun?
Gone.
But it should be sinking. Look again.
Damn the sun!
Is it night already then?
No.
Then what is it?
Gray. Gray. Gray.
Gray. Did I hear you say gray?
Light black. From pole to pole.
You exaggerate. Don't stay there. You give me the shivers.
Why this farce day and the day?
Routine. One never knows. Last night I saw inside my breast. There was a big sore.
You saw your heart.
Huh? It was living. Clov,
Yes,
what's happening?
something is taking its course.
Clov,
What is it?
we're not beginning to mean something.
Mean something? You and I mean something? That's a good one.
I wonder. Imagine if a rational being came back to Earth. Would he be liable to get ideas in his head to be observed us long enough? Huh? Ah, good. Now I see what it is. Ah, yes. Now I understand where they're at. And without going so far as that, we ourselves at certain moments, to think that it might not have been for nothing.
I have a flea.
A flea? Are there still fleas?
On me there's one. Unless it's a crab louse.
But humanity might start from there all over again. Catch him, for the love of God!
I'll go get the powder.
A flea? This is awful. What a day.
I'll back again with the insecticide.
Let him have it!
The bastard.
Did you get him?
Looks like it. Unless he's laying doggo.
Laying? Unless he's lying, doggo.
Ah, one says lying, one doesn't say laying.
Well, use your head, can't you? If he was laying, we'd be bitched.
Ah. What about that pig?
I'm having it.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Oh. Let's go away from here, the two of us. South. Huh? You can make a raft and the currents would carry us away. Far away to other mammals.
God forbid.
Alone. I'll embark alone. Get started on the raft immediately. Tomorrow, I'll be gone forever.
I'll start straight away.
Wait! Will there be sharks, you think?
Sharks? I don't know. If there are, there will be.
Wait! Is it not time for my painkiller?
No!
Wait! How are your eyes?
Bad.
But you can see.
All I want.
How are your legs?
Bad.
But you can walk.
I come and go.
In my house. One day, you'll be blind like me. You'll be sitting here, a speck in the void, in the dark, forever, like me. One day you'll say to yourself, I'm tired. I'll sit down. And you'll go and sit down. And then you'll say, I'm hungry. I'll get up and get something to eat. But you won't get up. And you won't get anything to eat. You'll say to yourself, I shouldn't have sat down. But since I have, I'll sit on a little longer. And then I'll get up and get something to eat. But you won't get up. And you won't get anything to eat. You'll look at the wall a while. And you'll say, perhaps I'll close my eyes, get a little sleep. After that, I'll feel better. And you'll close them. And when you open them again, there'll be no wall anymore. Infinite emptiness will be all around you. All the resurrected dead of all the ages could be filled. And there you'll be, like a little bit of grit in the middle of the step. Yes. One day you'll know what it is. You'll be like me. Except that you won't have anyone with you. Because you won't have had pity on anyone.
It's not...
And because there won't be anyone left to have pity on you.
It's not certain. And there's one thing you forgot.
Ah?
I can't stand. Or sit.
Ah? Then you lie down then. What the hell? Or you'll come to a standstill and simply stop and stand still the way you are now. One day you'll say, I'm tired. I'll stop. What does the attitude matter?
So you all want me to leave you?
Naturally.
Then I'll leave you.
You can't leave us.
Then I won't leave you.
Why don't you finish us? I'll give you the combination to the cupboard if you promise to finish me.
I couldn't finish you.
Then you won't finish me.
Then I'll leave you.
Do you remember when you came here?
No, too small, you told me.
Do you remember your father?
Same answer. You've asked me these questions millions of times.
I love the old questions. Ah, the old questions, the old answers. There's nothing like that. I was a father to you.
Yes, you were that to me.
My house, a home for you.
Yes, this was that for me.
But for me, no father. For Ham, no home.
I'll leave you.
Look, did you ever think of one thing?
Never.
Like, here we're down in a hole. Huh? But beyond the hills, eh? Perhaps it's still green, eh? Huh? Floral, pomona, cirrus. Perhaps you won't need to go very far.
I can't go very far. I'll leave you.
Is my dog ready?
He lacks a leg.
Is he silky?
He's kind of a Pomeranian.
Go and get him.
He lacks a leg.
Go and get him. We're getting on.
Your dogs are here.
Ah. Oh. Oh. He's white, isn't he?
Nearly.
What do you mean nearly? Is he white or isn't he?
He isn't.
Oh. You forgot the sex.
But he isn't finished. The sex goes on at the end.
And you didn't put on his ribbon.
But he isn't finished, I keep telling you. First you finish your dog, and then you put on his ribbon.
Can he stand?
I don't know.
Oh. Try. Well?
Wait!
Well?
He's standing.
Where?
There!
Ah. Is he gazing at me?
Yes,
As if you were asking me to take him for a walk?
if you'd like.
Or as if you were begging me for a bone?
I'll leave you.
No, well, leave him like that, standing there, imploring me.
I'll leave you.
Hey, have you had your visions?
Less
Is Mother Peg's light on?
light. And anyone's light beyond.
Extinguished.
Naturally, it's extinguished. If it's not on, it's extinguished.
No, I mean Mother Peg.
But naturally, she's extinguished. What's the matter with you today?
I'm taking my course. Is she buried?
Buried? Who would have buried her?
You.
Me? Haven't enough to do without burying people?
But you'll bury me.
No. I won't bury you.
She was bonny once. Like a flower of the field. Oh? And a great one for the men.
We too were bonny once. It's a rare thing not to have been bonny once.
Go and get the gaff.
Do this, do that. I do it. I never refuse. Why?
You're not able to.
Soon I won't do it anymore.
You won't be able to anymore. Ah, the creatures, the creatures. Everything has to be explained to them.
Here's your gaff.
Oh.
Stick it up.
Ah. Did I move?
No.
Go get the oil can.
What for?
To oil the casters.
I oiled them yesterday.
Yesterday? What does that mean, yesterday?
That means that bloody awful day long before this bloody awful day. I use the words you taught me. If they don't mean anything anymore, teach me others or let me be silent.
I once knew a madman who thought the end of the world had come. He was a painter and engraver. I had a great fondness for him. I used to go see him in the asylum. I'd take him by the hand and drag him to the window. There, look, all that rising corn. And there, look, the sails of the herring fleet. All that loveliness. He'd snatch away his hand and go back to his corner appalled. All he had seen was ashes. Only he had been spared. Forgotten. It seems the case is, or was, not so unusual.
Madman. When was that?
Oh, way back. You weren't in the land of the living.
I'll be with those days.
I had a great fondness for him. He was a painter and engraver.
There are so many terrible things.
No. There are not so many now. Clov,
Yes.
do you not think this has gone on long enough?
Yes! What?
This thing.
I always thought so. You not?
And it's a day like any other day.
As long as it lasts. All life long the same inanities.
I can't leave you.
I know. And you can't follow me.
If you leave me, how will I know?
Well, you simply whistle me. If I don't come running, it means I've left you.
You won't come kiss me goodbye.
Shouldn't think so.
But you might be nearly dead in your kitchen.
The result would be the same.
Yes, but how will I know you might be nearly dead in your kitchen?
Well, sooner or later, I start to stink.
You stink already.
Whole universe.
The whole place stinks of corpses.
The whole universe.
The hell with the universe? Think of something.
What?
An idea. Have an idea, a bright idea.
Ha! Good! Oh. The pain in my legs! It's unbelievable. Pretty soon I won't be able to think anymore.
You won't be able to leave me.
I'm having an idea.
What?
Ah!
What a brain! Well?
Wait! I have it. I set the alarm.
This is perhaps not one of my bright days, but frankly...
You whistle me, I don't come. The alarm rings, I'm gone. It doesn't ring, I'm dead.
Is it working? The alarm, is it working?
Why wouldn't it be working?
Because it worked too much?
Well, it totally worked at all.
Oh, then because it's worked too little.
I'll go and see. Fit to wake the dead. Did you hear it?
Vaguely.
The end is terrific.
I prefer the middle. Is it not time for my painkiller?
No. I'll leave you.
Hmm. Wait.
What? Don't tell me your story again.
Well, no, yes, it's time for my story. Don't you want to hear my story?
I shouldn't have mentioned it. No.
Ask my father who wants to listen to my story.
He's asleep.
Wake him.
Sorry. He doesn't want to listen to your story.
I'll give him a bonbon.
He wants a sugar plum.
He'll get a sugar plum.
Sugar plum? It's a deal.
Oh.
Do you believe in a life to come?
Mine was always that. Got him that time.
I'm listening.
Scoundrel! Why did you engender me?
I didn't know.
What? What did you know?
That'd be you. You give me a sugar plum?
After the audition.
You swear?
Yes.
On what?
My honor.
2.
One.
One for me and one for...
One. Silence. Where was I? It's finished. We're finished. Nearly finished. There'll be no more speech. Something dripping in my head. Ever since the fontanelles. Splash, splash. Always on the same spot. Perhaps it's a little vein. A little artery. Enough of that. It's story time. Where was I? The man came crawling toward me on his belly. Pale. Wonderfully pale and thin. He seemed on the point of... I've done that. I calmly filled my pipe, the meerschaum, lit it with, let's say, a Vesta, and drew a few puffs. Well, what is it you want? It was an extraordinary bitter day, I remember. 0 thermometer. But considering it was Christmas Eve, there was nothing extraordinary about that. Seasonable weather for once in a way. Well, what little wind blows you my way? He raised his face to me, black with mingled dirt and tears. That should do it. No, don't look at me, don't look at me. He dropped his eyes and mumbled something. Apologies, I presume. Well, what is the object of this invasion? It was a glorious bright day, I remember. 50 by the heliometer. But already the sun was sinking down into down among the dead.
Yes.
Nicely put back. Well, present your petition and let me resume my labors. There's English for you. Our. It was then he took the plunge. It's my little one, he said. Little one? That's bad. It's my little boy, he said. As if the sex mattered. Where did he come from? Well, he named the hole. A good half day on horse. But what are you insinuating? That the place is still inhabited? Oh, no. Not a soul. Just himself and the child. Assuming he existed. I inquired about the situation at Clov, beyond the Gulf. Not a sinner. And you expect me to believe you left your little one back there? All alone? And alive in the bargain? Come now. It was a howling day, I remember. 100 by the anemometer. The wind was tearing up the dead pines and sweeping them away. Nicely put back. Well, come on, man. What is it you want from me? I have to resume my hobby. Well, to make it short, it finally transpired that what he wanted from me was bread for his brat. Bread. Well, I have no bread. It doesn't agree with me. Oh, good. Then perhaps some corn. Ah, yes. I have corn. It's true. In my granaries. But use your head. I give you some corn. Huh? And you take it back to your child. And you make him, if he's still alive, a pot of porridge. Huh? A nice pot and a half of porridge, full of nourishment. The colors come back to his little cheeks, perhaps. And then, I lost my patience. Use your head, can't you? Use your head! You're on Earth. There's no cure for that. But what in God's name do you imagine? Huh? That the earth will awake in the spring? Huh? That the rivers and seas will run with fish again? That there's manna in heaven still for imbeciles like you? Gradually I cooled down. Sufficiently at least to ask how long he had taken on the way. 3 whole days. And in what condition had he left the child? Deep in sleep. But deep in what sleep? Deep in what sleep already? Well, to make it short, I finally offered to take him into my service. He had touched the chord. And then I imagined already that I wasn't much longer for this world. Well, here, if you're careful, You might die a nice natural death in peace and comfort. What? In the end, he asked if I would consent to taking the child as well. It was the moment I was waiting for. Would I consent to taking the child? I could see him still, down on his knees, his hands flat on the ground, glaring at me with his mad eyes, in defiance of my wishes. I'll soon be finished with this story, unless I bring another character. But where would I find them? Where would I look for them? Let us pray to God.
Sugar plum!
There's a rat in the kitchen.
A rat? Are there still rats?
In the kitchen there's one.
You haven't exterminated him?
Half. You disturbed us.
He can't get away, huh?
No.
Well, you'll finish it later. Let us pray to God.
Again?
Sugar plum!
God first! Are you right?
Off we go.
And you?
Our Father,
Silence! In silence! What are your manners? Off we go. Well?
What a hope. And you?
Sweet damn all. And you?
Wait. Nothing doing.
The bastard. He doesn't exist.
Not yet.
Sugar plum!
There are no more sugar plums.
It's natural. After all, I'm your father. It's true. If it hadn't been me, it'd been someone else. But that's no excuse. Turkish delight, for example, which no longer exists, we all know that. There's nothing in the world I love more. And one day I'll ask you for some, in return for a kindness, and you'll promise it to me. One must live with the times. Whom did you call when you were a tiny boy and were frightened in the dark? Your mother? No. Me. We let you cry and moved you out of earshot so we might sleep in peace. I was asleep, as happy as a king, and you woke me up to have me listen to you. It wasn't indispensable. You didn't really need to have me listen to you. I hope the day will come when you'll really need to have me listen to you and need to hear my voice. And yes, I hope I live till then to hear you calling, like when you were a tiny boy and were frightened in the dark, and I was your only hope. Now,
our revels now are ended. The dog's gone!
He's not a real dog. He can't go.
But he's not there!
He's laying down.
Give him up to me. Brute!
Everything's in order. Clearing everything away.
Order.
I love order. I love it. World where all is silent and still, and each thing under its last place, under the last dust.
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Trying to create a little order.
Drop it!
After all, here, there, everywhere.
What's wrong with your feet?
My feet?
Try.
Must have put on my boots.
Your slippers were hurting you?
I'll leave you.
No,
What is there to keep me here?
the dialogue. I've got on with my story. I've got on with it well. Ask me where I've got to.
Oh, by the way, your story.
What story?
The one you've been telling yourself all your days.
Ah, you mean my chronicle.
That's the one.
Keep going, can't you? Keep going.
You've gotten on with it, I hope.
Oh, not very far, not very far. There are days like that, you know. One isn't inspired.
Well, in spite of everything, I'm glad you're able to get on with it.
Not very far, not very far. Better than nothing. Nevertheless, better than nothing.
Better than nothing? Is it possible?
Well, I'll tell you how it goes. The man came crawling toward me on his belly.
Who?
What?
Who do you mean he?
Who do you mean? Who do I mean? Yet another.
Oh, I wasn't sure. Him.
Well, he comes crawling on his belly, whining for bread for his brat. He's offered a job as a gardener. What is it so funny about that?
A job as a gardener?
Is that what tickles you?
It must be that.
It wouldn't be the bread?
Or the brat.
The whole thing is comical, I grant you that. What about having a good guffaw, the two of us, together?
Well, I couldn't guffaw again today.
Nor I. Well, I continue then. Before accepting with gratitude, he asked if he could have his little boy with him.
What age?
Oh, tiny.
He would have climbed the trees.
And all the little odd jobs.
And then he would have grown up.
Very likely.
Keep going, can't you keep going?
Well, that's all. I stop there.
You see how it goes on?
More or less.
Will it soon not be the end?
I'm afraid it will.
Pah, you make up another.
Oh, no. I don't know. I feel rather drained. The prolonged creative effort. If I could drag myself down to the sea, I'd make a pillow of sand for my head, and the tide would come.
There's no more tide.
Oh. Go and see is she dead.
Looks like it.
And Nag?
Doesn't look like it.
Oh. What's he doing?
It's crying.
Life goes on. Give me a rug. I'm freezing.
There are no more rugs.
Kiss me. Will
No.
you not kiss me?
No.
On the forehead.
Won't kiss you anywhere.
Well, give me your hand at least. Will you not give me your hand?
I won't touch you.
Give Give me the dog. No.
Do you not want your dog?
No.
Then I'll leave you.
That's right.
If I don't kill that rat, he'll die.
That's right. Me to play. We're getting on. You weep and weep for nothing. So as not to laugh. And little by little you begin to grieve. All those I might have helped. Helped. Saved. Saved! The place was crawling with them. Use your head, can't you? Use your head. You're on Earth. There's no cure for that. Get out of here and go love one another. Lick your neighbors as yourselves. When it wasn't bread they wanted, it was crumpets. Out of my sight and back to your petting parties. All that. Not even a real dog. The end is in the beginning, and yet you go on. Perhaps I can go on with my story, end it, and begin another. Perhaps I can throw myself out on the floor. Digging my nails into the cracks, and throw myself forward with my fingers. It'll be the end, and there I'll be, wondering what might have brought it on, and wondering what might have, why it was so long coming. If I just hold my peace and sit still, it'll be all over with sound and motion, all over and done with. I'll have called my father, and I'll have called my son, and even 2 and 3 times, in case they should have heard me the first time or the second. I'll say to myself, he'll come back. And then, he couldn't. He's gone too far. And then, all types of fantasies. That I'm being watched, a rat, steps, breath held, and then, babble. Words, like the solitary child who turns himself into children. So as to hear each other and whisper together in the dark. Moment upon moment, pattering down like the mullet grains of that old Greek. And all life long you wait for that to mount up to a life. Let's get it over. What? Neither God nor dead.
In spirit only.
Which?
Both.
Away from me, you'd be dead.
And vice versa.
Outside of here, it's death. And the rat?
He got away.
He can't go far, right?
He doesn't need to go far.
that time for my painkiller?
Yes.
Ah, at last! Give it to me quick!
There's no more painkiller.
Good God! No more painkiller?
No more painkiller. You'll never get any more painkiller.
But the little round box was full.
Yes, but now it's empty.
What do I do? What do I do? What are you doing?
Winding up.
Look at the earth.
Again?
Since it's calling to you.
Is your throat sore? Would you like a lozenge? No? Pity.
Don't sing.
One hasn't the right to sing anymore?
No.
Then how will it end?
You want it to end?
I want to sing. Oh. About time. Sometimes I don't think I'm in my right mind, and then all of a sudden, it passes over and I'm as lucid as before. Christ, she's underwater. How could that be? Hasn't rained. Ah. What a fool I am. I'm on the wrong side. Underwater. Sometimes I wonder if I'm in my right senses and it passes off and I'm as intelligent as ever. Any particular sector you fancy? Or merely the whole thing?
The whole thing.
The general effect? Just a moment.
Clov,
Mm-hmm.
you know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I was never there. Clov,
What is it?
I was never there.
Dr. Field?
Absent. Always. It all happened without me. I don't know what's happened. Do you know what's happened?
Do you want me to look at this muck heap, yes or no?
Answer me first.
What?
Do you know what's happened?
When? Where?
When? Use your head. What has happened?
What for Christ's sakes does it matter?
I don't know.
When old Mother Peg asked you for oil for her lamp, you told her to get out to hell. You knew it was happening then, no? You know what she died of? Mother Peg? Darkness.
I hadn't any.
Yes, you had.
Have you the glass?
No, it's clear enough as it is.
Well, go and get it.
There's one thing I'll never understand. Why I always obey you. Can you explain that to me?
No. Perhaps it's compassion. A great compassion. Huh? But you won't find it easy. You won't find it easy.
You're not sitting on it, are you?
Don't leave me there! Am I right in the center?
You need a microscope to find this. Oh, about time. Let's see. I hope you don't want anything.
Well, give me the dog!
Quiet! I shouldn't have said anything.
Give me the dog! dog! Give me with the axe and the gaff!
Let's stop playing.
Never! Put me in my coffin.
There are no more coffins.
Then let it end with a bang of darkness. And me? Did anyone ever have any pity on me?
What? Is it me you're referring to?
An aside, ape. Didn't you never hear an aside before? I'm warming up for my last soliloquy.
I warn you. I'm going to look at this filth because it's an order. But it's the last time. Let's see. Nothing? Good? Nothing? Nothing? Good? Bad luck to it.
More complications? Not an underplot, I trust.
Looks like a small boy.
Small boy?
I'll go and see. I'll take the gaff.
No!
No? A potential procreator?
If he exists, he'll die there or he'll come here. And if not, if he doesn't?
You don't believe me. You think I'm inventing.
It's the end, Clov. We've come to the end. I don't need you anymore.
Lucky for you.
Leave me the gaff.
I'll leave you.
Before you go, say something.
There's nothing to say.
A few words to ponder in my heart.
Your heart?
Yes, yes. With all the rest. Huh? In the end. Huh? All the murmurs, the shadows, the murmurs, all the trouble to end up with. Huh? Clov, he never spoke to me. But then, in the end, before he went, without me even asking, he spoke to me. He said, something from your heart.
My heart.
Yes, a few words from your heart.
They said to me, that's love. Yes, yes, no doubt. Now you see how
Articulate.
how easy it is. They said to me, this is friendship. Yes, yes, no question. You found it. They said to me, this is the place. Stop. Raise your head and look at all that beauty, honor. They said to me, you're not a brute beast. Think upon these things and you'll see how all becomes clear, simple. They said to me, what skilled attention you get. all those dying of their wounds.
Enough.
I say to myself sometimes, Clov, you must suffer better than that if you're weary of letting them punishing you one day. I say to myself sometimes, Clov, you must be better than that if you want them to let you go one day. You feel too old, too far, to form new habits. I ask the words that remain, sleeping, waking, morning, evening, have nothing to say. And then suddenly it ends, it changes. I don't understand that. It dies, or it's me. I don't understand that either. It's good. It'll never end. Open the door of the cell and go. So bowed. Only see my feet. I open my eyes. Between my legs a trail, a little trail of black dust. Say to myself, the earth is extinguished. I never saw it. It's easy going. When I fall, weep for happiness.
Clov? Nothing. Clov.
This is what we call making an exit.
I'm obliged to you, Clov, for your services.
Ah, I am obliged to you.
It is we that are obliged to each other. One last thing. A last favor. Cover me with the sheet. Huh? No? Good. Right here. Let's see. Ham gives up. Discard. Take it easy. Take it easy. And now, raise hat. Peace to our asses. And put on again. We're coming. A few more squirms like that and I'll call. A little poetry. Huh? You cried for darkness. It comes. It falls. Now cry in darkness. You cried for night. It falls. Now cry in darkness. And now, moments for nothing. Time, as always. Time was never. Reckoning over. And story ended. If he could have his little child with him. It was the moment I was waiting for. What? You want him to bloom? You want him to bloom while you are withering? Be there to solace your last million last moments? Well, he doesn't cold and hunger and death to crown it all. But you want to know what the earth is like nowadays? Oh, I put him in front of his responsibility. Well, there we go. There I am. That's enough. Yes, truly. Good. Father? Father? Good. And to end up with? This God. With my compliments. Clov? No? Good. Since that's the way we're playing it, let's play it that way. And speak no more about it. Speak no more. Old stand chair. You remain.
Oh my. Oh my. Spoof, spoof. And not spoof, like. Okay. Stage goes up. No, don't do anything. Stage goes out and you're off. Play that out and you're off.